You know what'll be nice? Mics with no cords.
Wireless.
And like just hangs so we don't have to hold anything.
With like a guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be nice.
We gotta look into this for upgrades.
Well, wow. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever, but like I think it's only been a week.
Yeah. When was the last time did I have
Saturday.
seen you since? Oh, I have, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, have I seen you since I don't even know what fucking day it is.
No.
I just got off a plane and I walked in here with a Ziploc baggie full of fucking chicken nuggets.
Feel free to eat them while we're on air.
I already ate them when you were setting up. That's how fucking hungry I was.
Very, very kind of Taylor to rush her ass here after landing on an
Straight from the
airplane,
airport.
getting here, and
Yeah, I have
making
United
it.
Airlines cooties on these legs, but it's just that's gonna have to be. But
Gross.
yeah, you know when you're like at like you go. So I was in Florida for Thomas's sister's wedding, which was lovely.
Which I don't know why you would come back either to this weather.
I know, and it was like fucking 90 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. The UV was like 10.
I like also not envy because obviously I'm very excited for my wedding, but like this small intimate wedding, I think is just like
it was
so
a good,
beautiful.
She told me that she actually like stole it from somebody on TikTok, like the exact place and everything. But we had a house for like 30 people, and it was a gorgeous fucking house. And they just did it right there. They had everything catered. We went out for lunch like once.
And just having though, like you're literally surrounded by like 20, 30 people that you're just like, you don't have to entertain. You just got each other.
You're just hanging. But like, you know, when you get in those settings and there's just like, there's not so much going on because it's not like we were doing tons of activities, but there was just like Friday we did a boat day, and then they did they grilled out or something. Thomas took me to dinner on Friday.
Oh, Thomas.
So him and I went to dinner.
Very nice.
We did a boat day, and then Saturday we had something in the morning, and then we did like a lunch, and then there was the rehearsal, which was catered and whatever. And then Sunday, all the girlies were getting their hair and makeup done, so I was like, I'm going to the fucking beach. So me and Thomas went and sat on the beach for a couple hours, and then we had the wedding on Sunday and whatever. There was like an itinerary, and like I said to Thomas on the ride back, I was like, I didn't really eat the last 4 days because you're just like,
you're busy,
you're doing things, and it's like they go to Costco and they buy a bunch of shit, but then it's like you're just like pick eating. You're not like actually sitting down and eating, unless it's even when it's catered, you're like, let me pick some of this, pick some of that. So anyways, I'm starving.
Chicken nuggets.
Really? So I was like, what can I eat? I opened my fridge, I saw that I had Trader Joe's chicken nuggets. I was like, this is what's happening.
Yeah, today I worked, so I made myself breakfast before I went to work. Obviously I worked, but I was in office. And I got home and I was like, I'm hungry. Like I haven't had lunch. So my lunch was, I was actually pretty proud of this creation. Siete tortilla, like siete, they're little tortillas. And then I had like cheese. And then I had pepperoni left over from when Darius and I made pizza night. And then I had spinach and pizza sauce. So I made like a pizzarita.
My
pizzarilla? Like a quesadilla pizza?
Yeah. My favorite is what can I take out of my fucking fridge and make into a fucking meal.
I was like, this is great.
That's how I live my life, actually. I'm trying to be more of a meal prep queen, but like...
You know what? In our season of life, which someone asked us about, so we can share about that. I just don't think I have the time right now.
No, I don't have any fucking time.
Like,
actually,
I don't have time
fucking anything
to like prep my meals.
No, and so I had a bunch of people this weekend being like, "Oh, what do you do?" And I literally was like, "What don't I do?"
Yes,
actually,
yes.
Like it's been this month alone. Also, has just been a shit show and a half.
I feel like the past 2-3 months have just been like insane. And then obviously wedding, and then I feel like everybody's like, can we hang out? And I'm like, July, August. And someone turned to me and was like,
September.
Joanna, who you know, turned to me and was like, your July and August is going to get pretty booked up now. And I was like, well, we'll see.
Yeah, no, it's
just getting busy, and I'm like, I'm ready to slow down
for no reason either. I'm like, it's summer. I should be hanging.
Well, it also doesn't feel like summer.
It's not. I can't even believe we got to the airport and I was like, it's 46 degrees.
Also, when I walked in here and I was like, why is it cold?
Yeah, I thought wasn't it summer here last weekend?
It was. It was nice. Not today.
Not this weekend. Not next weekend either.
Nope.
You know where else it's not going to be nice? Syracuse, New York.
Oh, I was going to say Rochester, but
yeah. Rochester, Syracuse, New York. Yeah.
Well, at least I don't have to be jealous, because I was very jealous of your beach. I was like, oh,
I know it was. It was so nice, and it was nice to get some sun. I don't look very tan because I had something covering this face for like the entire time I was there.
should.
But yeah, it was good. But it's just very go, go, go.
I know. So someone asked us on Instagram, what did they ask? Like, how do we do what we do, all the things?
Yeah, like how do you keep organized and and stay with productivity and blah, blah, blah. We don't.
Yeah, I feel like I've like really tried to be like, I'm going to time block my day and I'm going to like blah, 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 blah. It's like, no.
No.
Like,
and honestly,
I can't do that.
Like, us even pulling this off
today.
Yeah. Or honestly, any day. Like, the amount of times that we've had to last minute be like, I only have 60 minutes. Can we do this?
Yeah.
Is pretty remarkable.
I mean, yeah, like, truthfully, after this, I have a dinner. And so I'm going to dinner. After dinner, I will plug this in, edit it, download it, chop up something to find at least for our like first post, and then continue to chop throughout the day. But like, it's not, there are tools. I feel like, you know, we found that one tool to like help us with stuff, but it's still like, it's kind of like AI. Like, it's there and you can use it, but you also have to like humanize it. Yeah. So it's not just like a plug and go.
Yeah. No, none of this is plug and go. And when we try to plug and go, it's very like rushed and last minute, I feel. So that's, thank you so much for asking that question, because that's something we're going to work on, is being a little more
organized and structured.
And
I think that's like human too, is like when you have a full-time job and you're working, that is a priority as well. And so you've got to prioritize like your 9 to 5 or whatever, your 6 to 3, whatever it is. And so then you really have to think about, okay, side hustle, things that I'm doing. And we both have another job. We both teach fitness as well. So then on that, you're like, okay, I got that. And then you've got this side hustle that you also have to prioritize, but it's prioritized in like a different way. Like, I don't know how to describe it, it's like, it like plugs into our lives in a way that like we make it work. But I think that is still something for season 2 that, as a reflection on season 1, being better about like, okay, structuring it, especially for like our one-on-ones. Obviously, when we have other people, there's a bit more structure around them. But I think someone once told me, like, if you want to make it happen, you will. Yeah. And I think that's kind of it, is like, it's not going to be organized.
I think that's the tagline of our lives. Yeah. Honestly. Like, I feel like that's just how I move, is like, here's the list of shit I have to do, and I have to
get it done.
Yeah. Yeah. But I have been, like, I mean, I'm sure you have as well, but like, I've been backburnering some shit too. Like, we're trying to expand some stuff at the studio I coach at, and like formats and things that I need to like demo so that I can be signed off to teach them. And I just like, every time we have a meeting, they're like, you gonna, and I'm like, yeah.
100%. There's a million things that I'm like, okay, I need to do this, or I want to do this, or whatever it is. And it's just like, you have to kind of see like, how full is your cup and where can you make space for it? And sometimes that's like gonna happen in June or July or whatever. That's kind of how I'm thinking of things, is like, as much as I like want to do this or I want to do that, I have to be really realistic that like might not happen right now.
Yeah. But I also think full transparency, if you're looking for an example of how to like organize your chaos, this isn't where you should look.
No.
This isn't.
I think it's like we've learned how to handle chaos in our own certain way.
We work well under like immense
like, I'm a Virgo, and people always say that like, you can't handle.
I knew there was a reason I hated you. I'm just
like, that you can't handle like the messiness of like other people.
Oh, yeah.
But your own mess is okay. And I see that with like, we're both Virgos, Darius and I. And so like, I see his mess and I'm like, oh my God, but he's okay with it. But then he sees mine and he's like, oh my God. And so it's that different type of like, that organized chaos. Like, we're not chaotic humans by any means. It's just we deal with the chaos and get it all done somehow.
I used to do like, Saturdays used to be my like get my shit together day. Like, I would teach in the morning and then I would come home, I'd shower, the music would go on, and like Marlon and I would clean the apartment and like all this stuff. And then like at some point that just fucking, like, it just became, well, then we were recording on Saturdays, or then I had this event, or then I had this thing. Like, it just became, that was no longer, like, we used to, like, preach about that. We used to be like, Saturdays are get our shit together day, like, blah. And then, like, I think I looked at him, like, a month ago, and I was like, do you remember when? We were both, like, horizontal on the couch at, like.
I feel like it's, like, the season of life, though. Like, I really do feel like we are in, both of us, like, in different ways, a very busy season of our lives. And it's just, it's hopefully may calm down in some way.
Yours exponentially more than mine right now because you're planning all these things.
But still, you're traveling.
Are you having an emotional wedding? I cried so much at this fucking wedding this weekend that I can't be a part of that again.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, I'm on right now this, like, just trying to, like, get all the details done.
By the way, so Thomas's sister was, like, telling me, she's like, so I've been listening to your podcast because I feel like it's a good way for me to get to know you. She's, like, the cutest, sweetest fucking thing ever. Holly, if you listen to this, you're the greatest. But she was, like, asking me questions. She was like, oh, when's your friend getting married or whatever? And I was, like, kind of talking to a group of people. I was like, yeah, in, like, a month. And they were all like, what? And I was like, yeah, in, like, less than a month, actually. And they were like,
27 days.
Didn't she just get engaged? I was like, yes. No one in the history of ever has pulled off this elaborate
6 months. Literally 6 months.
Of a event. So I think your chaos is a little heavier than mine right now.
I think right now it's getting to the point of, like, we've got to figure out all of our details. And, like, you can't, like, just order things. Like, my dress is not in yet.
When's your dress supposed to be in?
So I just got a text. And she was like, it's supposed to be in tomorrow, and they'll call me, and then I'll have my fittings, whatever. But I kind of want to change a few details on the dress after seeing some, like, more inspo. Again, that's what happens.
Not at 27 days out.
But that's what happens. Like, when
I will never forget when I went to prom, my very first prom.
Yeah.
I had, you remember the dresses in the day? Shout out if you know. That had, like, they were, like, the cross chest, like, beaded embellishment, and then it was a satin finish at the bottom, and it just was, like, the brightest fucking color that you could find.
Yes, so or multicolored.
Yes, so mine was a magenta situation, and I loved this dress. Looking back now, it was nothing incredible.
We should definitely pull up some of our old dresses and things that I thought were cute, and looking back,
I mean, everyone and their fucking mother. That was the thing, though. Everyone had the same fucking dress on in a different color or a different pattern. But anyways, so it was my first prom, like, official, because I'd gone to Catholic school for a really long time. So we did, like, formals, but you weren't allowed to do anything. Yeah. It was like, make sure the sign of the cross is visible, you know? Like, so my mom was, like, so excited for us to go dress shopping. I got this dress, and I don't know how much it cost, but I know that it wasn't cheap because I had to hear about it for forever and ever and ever. And the day of prom, I went to get my hair done or something. We went somewhere, me and my mom, and then she was like, we have to go pick up the dress. And I was like, what do you mean we have to go pick up the dress? She's like, I went to drop it off to get it steamed or, like, whatever. Yeah. And I was like, okay. And then we get to the dry cleaner, and I'm, like, sitting in the car, and she comes out, and she's like, oh my God. Okay, so here's what happened. She, like, starched the dress. She was trying to, like, steam it on her own.
Your mom?
Yes. And she starched the dress, like, a week before. And she was, like, thought I was never going to forgive her. I was never going to speak to her again. So she, like, emergency called around and was like, who can fix this dress? And I'm sure she paid, like, a fucking arm and a leg to get it fixed.
For this stupid dress.
But she was like, I couldn't tell you ahead of time. And I had, like, no idea that any of this was happening. But that's how, like... Last minute shit is, like, that kind of accidental shit. Not, can I please tweak the tool on the side?
We'll see what they can make happen, but...
Do you know a seamstress?
It's at the place. Is that
did you get your dress here?
They tailor it, at Dimitra's in Gold Coast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes,
I'm surprised you got your dress here.
Why? I had 6 months. Do you think?
Okay.
Right after I got engaged,
right.
I was like, who can take me?
Who is?
Are you kidding me? On TikTok, I'm like, oh, I'd love to go there. But, like, in reality, I didn't have time. I need to, like, rush this and like all that stuff, and I'm very happy with it. Like, I think you're...
But also, if you were like, I'm headed to New York this weekend for a dress fitting, I would have been like, yes, I know you are.
Totally. You know? I think you'll be surprised at how simple...
minimalistic it is?
The dress and the wedding is.
Okay, so here's the thing, is I don't see you having I see you having a very big, like... I don't want to use the word simple because that's not what I mean, but, like, classy wedding.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting bells and whistles and fucking people with horns and you know, those dancers that hang from the ceiling with the... I'm not expecting...
You'll be very surprised.
Like, I don't expect that for you. I expect a very, like, elaborately classy thing, not a show.
Very much like Darius and I really wanted the wedding to, like, be about us.
Yeah.
And just, like, friends, family, dance. Like, when we went over the timeline, I was like, can we just get to the dancing? Like, I want to get to the dancing right away. But I'm excited for it.
Okay, so here's what we can talk about, because I was having this conversation with, well, mostly with Thomas this weekend, but is it weird if you, like, let's say I'm not having a wedding anytime soon, but, like...
We don't know.
No, we know. But if I was like, I don't think I need the bridesmaids.
No.
Is that weird?
No. So my bridesmaids are my sisters, my sister-in-laws, and my cousin. But originally, Darius and I were like, maybe we just have us and, like, no one, and you kind of release, like, any pressure. Like, no one has to wake up at 7 a.m. Like, no one has to whatever. Honestly, Darius's brother and sister-in-law didn't have any. Darius was the officiant of their wedding.
Oh, mm-hmm.
And his other brother gave a speech, but they didn't have bridesmaids and groomsmen.
Yeah, like, I'm thinking, because you know how I love to just stray the fuck away from whatever tradition is happening. I'm like, I don't think I want all that. Like, I think I just want to walk myself down the aisle. Is that weird?
No.
You know? Like,
I think you really have to think about, like, to my point, it is about you and that person. It is not about everybody else. And so, like, obviously weddings can get really out of hand. They can get really expensive, really elaborate, whatever. Like, you decide what's right for you. There's no, like, you don't have to have a bridal party. And some people have bradle parties that are like 80 people. Not really, but like, you know, 20 and 20, and you've got 40 people there. Like, that's a lot of people.
It's a lot. It's just like such a fucking production.
100%. I think it's an honor for people to stand, but it's also like, that's not a reason to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, because he was saying something like, have you always foreseen, like, your brother being a groomsman for whoever you marry? And I'm like, no, I think that's a dumb fucking tradition. If you're not besties with my brother, I think Cameron would also be like, I don't know why I'm here. You know, like.
See, my brother-in-laws are like, they're almost like 50, and so they're like, this is so fun. We get to go to like a bachelor party.
I'm sure they love it. But like, just knowing my Cameron would just be like, I'm fine, just like not being involved.
No, I think, again, you have to do what's right for you. Like, I think my future sister-in-laws, whatever, like, I feel like it's an honor. Like, we're building our relationship, and this is like a way that we, not like solidify because we're already family, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that bond, but like, it's not a must. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it would be weird if I was like, hey, Anna, can you stand up? But Ellie,
not for you.
Like, that would be weird. Like, if you had two siblings and Thomas asked one sibling and not the other, like, that's strange.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. I was like, I think that, no, pass.
Pass.
I'm like, I don't want any of these weird, like, forced interactions. You know, like,
no.
Just kind of
I have a few of those, and I'm like, not in my bridal party, but a few, like, weird interactions that are forced because, like, you have to invite certain people to your wedding, like, whatever.
You've got quite a few, I think.
This is just not, no.
Yeah. I think if it was up to my mother, I think I would have a 500-person wedding.
Yeah, it was up
and
to
she would just find people to invite.
But we're actually pretty happy that, like, some people are saying no and, like, can't go. And so our numbers are dwindling.
I gotta
send the RSVP. Just tell me, okay? You're coming, you and Thomas? Great. Awesome. I was on air, too. She can't stop now.
What the fuck else am I gonna do? I'm gonna be like, listen, I'm not gonna be able to make it. Like, that's not gonna work.
Well, I was very happy that you came to my bachelorette for like 24 hours. We could debrief on it.
36 hours.
36.
Yeah. This is how my travel's been lately. I'm in, I'm out.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah, insane. No, you had a lot of lovely things going before I got there, but for what I was there for, it was a great fucking time.
I'll say, so this is like, and I was thinking about this today as I was like kind of getting ready and like cleaning up whatever to record, and I was like, there's these reels and Instagrams now on like, you know, like, let's go to the club, and it's like meditating and like whatever. And I'm like, why do we have to like compare like the club against meditation or like fitness against like dancing on tables. Like, why can't we do both type of thing?
We love to be like, we don't do the club anymore. We only do wellness.
Right. And it's like, so it like is so polarizing. And so I really asked Dara, my cousin who planned it, like, can we do like a mix of like a hike, hanging out at the house, like just chilling essentially, and then one day like party, whatever, that may be like a club at night, a club during the day. Kygo opened up a club. We went to his opening. Like, that was like my let's go all out.
No, it was so much fun.
Like,
and then I was like, is that Corey Gamble at the table next to us?
That was like the start of all the celebrity sightings. That was the start.
And then I was like, someone asked him if the Kardashians just put him on the payroll. Like, what is he doing here? And then after that, it was like
Jessica Alba, Machine Gun Kelly.
Like, I was leaning up against that glass wall, you know, behind where our table was.
Yeah.
And like, there was all this commotion going on. Like, someone brushed behind me and I turned around to be like, what the fuck? And it was MGK. And I was like, I shouldn't be here.
Insane.
Like,
actually. And I've actually seen, like, now, week after week, like, Kendall Jenner was just there.
Yes.
Like, they're having a lot of celebrities. So, basically, we were invited to be celebrities.
Yeah.
But paid for it. Well, I didn't, but thanks, guys.
I did. I paid double so she could go.
Thanks.
But, yeah, no, it was a good little mix of...
Yeah, I think it's funny, crazy, at all, whatever, to kind of see the people that have been through all walks of your life come together and like who's more meldable to just like go with the flow and who's not. Like, my college friends are definitely like, we're doing this. And then I feel like my friends from here are more just like, what? Huh? Whatever. But I do think like Dara really planned a weekend that like accommodated what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Maybe not everybody else, but like I didn't want to party every night.
Yeah, but it's not really about what everybody
else wants
to do.
Yeah.
You know, I think Dara did a good job of providing options for people and be like, opt in or opt out. And if it's not for you, great, don't do it. But like, here's what is on the agenda because that's what you want to do. So I think it was...
And shout out to Sam.
It was really well done.
C, who came pregnant.
Yeah.
2 days. I was like, you go, girl.
My best friend's having her, we're just doing like an at-home bachelorette for her this coming weekend, and like half of these girls are pregnant.
Yeah.
Half of them. And she's getting married in Vegas. So I was like, well, this is the last time I'm going to be seeing you guys then, because I don't think we're going to be seeing you at the old Las Vegas. I can't believe I have to go to Vegas twice in the next...
Listen, I'll go with you. You should stay at my parents' place.
I should. Are they going to be there?
I don't know. It's just very nice.
Ask them. Let me know.
It was nice to decompress for the week after, to like just hang there with my mom and aunt. But I also was like, okay, like I'm ready to get home. You know what I mean? Like it was like I'm with all these personalities,
be in Vegas
and
for
then
so
I'm with
long.
my mom and aunt, which are other personalities. I'm ready to go home.
You're like, I have to get the fuck out of here. No, that's so when I fly into home this week, my aunt's picking me up because my mom like won't let me take an Uber. I was like, I'll just Uber, and she's like, it's Syracuse, New York, and Ubers are like $40 to go like 2 feet because it's not a pop-in city.
Yeah.
So she's like, I'll just have your aunt pick you up, and then she texted me today, and she's like, yeah, so Steph and Rick are going to pick you up. They said they'd bring you out to eat. I was like, no, I just want to go home.
Yeah.
Like, I just want this to be a car service.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not looking to be like
gallivanting around.
Yes. Like, I'm looking forward to going home. My parents are going to be there because they're still going to be in Florida. We were in Florida at the same time in 2 different spots.
That's so funny.
And I'm like, I want to be alone in silence.
So my wedding's on a Saturday. We purposefully were like, everybody will go home with something to have like brunch the next day, but we didn't plan a brunch. Like I was like, I do not want a brunch. Like we are getting from like my nephew's girlfriend's family owns a bakery in the burbs. It's called Shalom Bakery. Shout out. And they're
not Jewish at all.
Yeah, I know. They're very Jewish. They're creating 4 different like coffee cakes, cinnamon bun type of thing, and then you'll get 2 cold brew coffees, and like that's your brunch the next day. Like there is no brunch the next day purposefully because I was like, I'm gonna want to lay in bed all day and do nothing.
Yeah, like I want you people to
then my mom's like,
away from me.
Monday, we're gonna do a little like lunch with all the like my family out of towners, and I was like,
no, we're not.
Count me out. And she was like, well, you may want to come, and I was like, I may.
I'm telling
but
you
for now,
right now that I don't.
Count me out.
I
Like,
know.
maybe we wake up Monday and, like, want people to acknowledge that we're married. I don't know. But right now, I'm like, I
don't know.
do nothing. Because then we leave 3 days later for our honeymoon. So I'm like, I just want to, like,
To be
chill.
left alone.
Yeah.
Where are you staying? Are you staying at your home the night of your wedding?
No, we're staying at a
okay.
hotel.
That's what I, okay.
Yeah, so the night before, we have like a welcome dinner for out-of-towners and like rehearsal. That'll be that night, so we'll stay in a hotel that night because literally I start my hair at like 7 a.m. Not me, but like other girls and stuff like that. And it's a long day. Darius was like, that's a really long day. I was like, you're
I know,
right.
and men just like wake up.
Yeah, like 12:30, 1
Big
o'clock.
golf, like the back 9.
I'm like, cool. So different.
Get a breakfast sandwich.
I just saw a reel.
They get their hair cut that morning. Could you imagine?
No.
Could you imagine?
No.
Could you imagine getting your hair cut the day of your wedding?
No.
Because I can't imagine putting a product on my face I've never used before on the day
Absolutely
of my
not.
wedding, let alone getting my fucking hair cut.
I just saw this reel that was like, isn't it crazy that like men just like wake up, have their coffee and like go to work, yet here I am in my red light mask, I've got my under eye things on, I got a face roll, then I have to like eat something before I have my coffee, add a little protein, like there's so much we do.
No, there's so much we do. There's so much we do. And they just wake up, take a shit, hit the back 9.
Go on their day. And I'm like,
try on their suit that day.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta have like the eye things on. I gotta like make sure my face is perfect. Like, oh, it's just,
No,
it's so hard.
It's ridiculous. No, it's, you know what? It's society did this to us.
Yeah, 100%.
The women back in the 1920s didn't give a fuck.
No.
And now all of a sudden, here we are.
Did they though? I think in the 1920s they might have gave a fuck.
I'm pretty sure they didn't shave their legs and they like drank liquor more than the men did.
Yeah, I wish the shaving the legs thing I could go without.
Yeah.
Well, not
100%.
anymore now because now I'm like, oh, when they get whatever. But like, wouldn't it be great if men had to shave their legs and women didn't?
It would be weird. But would it? Because if it was normal, it wouldn't be.
You know what's kind of coming back? Not for me. Armpit hair for women.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of women grow their armpit hair out.
Because a bitch is tired.
100%
A bitch is tired.
of shaving her armpits.
You know my mom shaves her legs every day.
So does mine. I think it's like is it what old, like women as you get older
my
do that?
mom's Italian and she's very like her hair's very dark, but she's like she shaves her legs every day because she's like, what if something tragic happens and I have to go to the ER? I'm like, the last thing anyone in the ER is going to care about.
Like, I don't even shave my legs
stubble.
before I get a pedicure.
Yeah, you're lucky. They wear gloves now. Remember back in the day, you couldn't get a pedicure without them using their bare hands, and now everybody's in gloves. I'm like, enjoy the stubble.
Yeah, I don't care about that. No. Not shaving my legs.
Not every day.
It's too much.
She always says, what happens if I'm in a tragic accident? I'm like, then we hope both your legs are attached, not that they have fucking
No one gives a shit if your legs are shaven.
hair on them.
At first I was like, maybe she's like, what if I meet a new man?
What if? And yeah, also that. I don't know, but that's not what she's concerned about.
Oh my God, that's really
She doesn't want to be in a tragic accident. But okay, while we're on the topic of travels, let's talk about my shit show travel day that I had, and let's clip
Today?
this. No. Home from your thing. And let's clip this and let's get my money back from Southwest.
Let's tag Southwest.
So, Jordan, okay, so like I said, I flew in for literally 36 hours. I landed Friday night at 7 p.m., took the fastest Uber of my life to make the private chef dinner that we had.
Yeah.
Everyone looks gorgina. I walk in like a sports bra and a pair of leggings and like
gorgeous.
a hat, and I was like, oh, I'm so underdressed. My biggest fear is being underdressed. I will be overdressed
You just came
any
off
day
the
of the
plane
week.
though, so we went like no
I
one
know,
cared.
but like you should have seen me this weekend. We were like going out to lunch and I had like a little matching set on, and like one person walked by me in a skirt. I was like, am I underdressed? And they were like, we're just going to lunch. And I was like, what's the vibe?
Do I need to change right
I'm
now?
like, do I need to put on a 3-piece suit? So anyways, I landed at 7. I flew out. I was supposed to fly out Sunday morning at 9:40. I get a text in the morning. A couple of your other friends had like weird travel-y things, but they were going way east.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe the weather's just passing through. I don't know. I look at the radar like I have any fucking idea what it's trying to tell me. I don't.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, oh, it's moving in, but there's like different shading and like, so I was like, it doesn't appear to me that there's a weather situation. So my flight gets delayed. I check like first thing in the morning, gets delayed like an hour or something till 11. And I was like, whatever, fine. I'm going to get to the airport a little early, going to get myself a nice breakfast because I also haven't had a proper calorie in 36 hours since the dinner. So I get there and I go and I do the thing where, you know, you have to look at the gate to make sure it's there.
Yeah.
even though you know it's there.
Yeah.
But you're just like, you have to be sure. So I
100%.
do that. Flights going to Chicago. Mind you, I've never had a problem with Southwest before, and I quite enjoy their whole dynamic that they got going on, even though I know they're changing it. But still, like, it's always been a pleasure. So I'm digging around. This is what a sociopath I am. So I go to get something to eat, and I'm searching, I'm scavenging this airport for a Celsius. Like, and all I'm seeing is like Monster, Red Bull. So I'm like, must just not be a thing. Okay.
It's not a thing in Vegas. They like the hard shit.
Silly me. So I buy a Monster, like a sugar-free one that I used to drink back in the bartending days. I'd crack her open like right at 10.
Gross.
Disgusting. I buy one for $700.32.
Yep.
And then on my way back, I happen to pass a small kiosk that has a Celsius. I shit you not, I threw the Monster out.
I just wasted my 732 cents.
I threw the Monster out. This is why I need my money back from Southwest. I threw the Monster out and spent another $700 on a Celsius. Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah. So anyways, so I was having a great morning. And then all of a sudden, as I'm juggling like my Celsius and like my beef jerky, because, you know, gains, and my breakfast sandwich, I get a text that's like, your flight has been canceled. We've rescheduled you for Monday at 6 a.m. And I was like, well, that's funny because I have to be at work at Monday at 5 a.m. So not only am I leaving after my shift starts, like, this isn't going to work. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I'm trying to like get back. I'm trying to hustle to get back to the gate. Everyone's like panicked. And they're all trying to rebook flights. So like was a couple of Southwest flights flying into Midway, but nothing into O'Hare. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just fly into Midway. I'm on my phone. Every time I go to press like confirm, it's like, your seat is not available.
Yeah.
Because people were just fucking...
Confirming.
Because the last place on the fucking planet, I swear to God, that you want to be stuck is Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah, no.
Anywhere else on the... I would rather get stuck in Spokane, Washington.
She's texting me that her flight's getting canceled. My mom's like, does she want us to come pick her up?
She didn't... no. Jordan texted me like 5 hours after my flight was supposed to leave. She's like, did you make it home? I was like, I'm still in the fucking airport. She was like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, let me tell you. So... I'm like, Jesus. So then I'm like, fuck it, new airline. Like, and then I was like, if I was in front of my computer, which was in my backpack, but like there was no time. What I should have done is book like a cheap flight to New York or something that connected in Chicago and just got off.
Yeah.
You know, but like,
but who's thinking that straight?
And
at that
like,
point?
you can't, like, I didn't have time to like. The way the flights were flying off the shelf, like I didn't have time to reconfigure and like think about that. So I was like, fuck it, whatever. I was like, I have so many goddamn United points and shit because it's a Chicago hub. So like that's usually what I fly. So I go over to United and I knew a couple of the girls were leaving on United flights. There was like a 12:40. I was like, try to book it, couldn't get it. There was like a 1 something, tried to book it, couldn't get it. 2:40. Here's my seat options. Middle seat, row 34.
Smell that bathroom.
And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So that's what, basic economy? Because it's like, basically it's like anything past economy plus, you might as well be a peasant and eat your knees the entire ride. Like there's no, I'm just like, how do we standardize this?
As if Taylor and I are these like really tall people.
But how do we standardize this for Americans? Because there's no way that 85% of the American population fits in basic economy. Like,
Darius, like his knees will be like right up to the seat in front of them.
Yeah, no, I can't fly like that. So I'm like, okay, so this seat is $450, and I'm like, I don't have a choice. Like I have to go home. So then I'm like, for $122 more, I'm already spending $450. For $122 more, I can upgrade myself to Economy Plus and sit in the first row behind first class with the extra leg room.
Yes.
And the nice screen TV and the outlet. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
Done.
Full send.
Get me the
full send.
Home.
So it cost me, what is that? $590 to get home on a one-way, which is crazy because you can't just fly for like $180 anymore. So Southwest refunded me for my ticket. But they have this whole form on their website that's like, if the cancellation was within our control or some verbiage they used, we can refund you for like hotel stays, ground travel, food and drink, all of this shit.
Yeah.
So I submitted the ticket for the receipt for my United ticket because I was like, air transportation for the inconvenience that you guys have caused me. I have been in a verbal assault battle with a woman named Adrian via Southwest email because that's the only way you can talk to anybody.
Really?
Yes, because you call and they're like, sorry, this is corporate, you have to email them.
Oh, that's so annoying.
For a flight that got canceled for unscheduled maintenance, which I was on the phone with somebody at some point and I said, so let me get this straight. Unscheduled maintenance. That sounds like Southwest's problem, correct? And this woman literally goes, correct. And I said, so then I should be given my money back, correct?
At least even like give you $500 or like something.
Give me a voucher for fucking
Yeah.
Southwest. I don't even
Yeah.
care. Like, and she's like, you're going to have to communicate with corporate via the email. And I was just like, you
So now you're in
dumb
this like corporate
fucking
battle.
bitch. Yeah, so I filed a complaint with the Department of Transportation because what the fuck? Like, that's, how is that not your responsibility
It's
to
also
cover?
like, yes, you said, like, you told me you'd get me home the next day, not that night.
Not
so
that
now
night.
I'm out. That would be like an unexplained absence for work. You'd have like, you wouldn't get paid. Let's just say if you were like hourly employee, like you wouldn't get paid for that day. You're not getting home when you thought you would, and it's not your fault.
It has nothing to do with me.
Like, it is their fault. It's not even like weather's fault, like natural
that
disaster
was the other
or whatever.
thing. I was like, I could understand, well, which I wouldn't even understand it because I'd still be annoyed. But like, if there was a weather thing, whatever, like, okay,
Yeah.
that's like fine. But like, you having a plane that needed maintenance that you guys didn't like figure
Yeah, that's
out ahead
very
of time,
frustrating.
and you delayed the flight, so you knew that there was something that was wrong.
Yeah.
I'm like so fucking irate.
Are
about
you
the whole
someone
thing.
who's like real mean to the customer service people, or are you like,
I'm real mean to the general public. So like,
like, you know, like when you're
Not
on the
real
phone
mean.
with someone and you're just like, "Ah!"
I'm not like a Karen. I'm not like, can I talk to your manager? I'm just, but like sometimes I'm just like, here's the thing. Here's what you just said. I'm gonna repeat it back to you so that you
Yeah.
can also understand that this doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
So I'm not, and I try not to be like rude to people on the phone until they start being rude to me because I know that likely the person I'm talking to has no control over
And they're
whatever
given a
it is.
script to
Yes.
tell you.
Yes. And I also work in a profession where I take a lot of heat for things that are not within my control
Yeah,
at
yeah,
all.
yeah.
Whether that's like diagnosis, OR schedule, like whatever. Like there's a
Yeah.
lot of things in my career span that have been not my fault that I take heat for. So
Totally.
like I try not to speak to people like that. But then when you start talking to me like I'm an idiot,
I'm gonna get back at you. Yeah.
I have some problems with that.
I used to be real mean on the phone, like to the point, because like my dad can be really tough on the phone with people like that. And so I was like, "Ugh." And then I just had this with like shower gifts that I was giving to the hostesses, and like they sent me the wrong ones and I didn't order the right ones, and then they said it would be here by a certain date, but then the email that I actually got like said it would be here later, whatever. And I'm on the phone with this girl, and I just remember thinking to myself, like, patience, 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 patience. And she refunded me. She like was like, I'm so sorry, can you send it back? Like whatever. And she was so patient with me, and she made it work. Like I got them before I needed to.
But that's good customer service, which
100%.
fucking doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't, because a lot of it is like outsourced, and then they're not given the information about like what they're even like customer serving. Do you know what I
Yes,
mean? Like they're
yeah.
just kind of like, here you go. Like I would never want to be in customer service or HR for that matter.
No, and like, for fuck's sake, you can't even talk to anybody on the phone anymore.
No, everything they want to have automated or AI.
So it's like I'm stressed to the 900th degree because like I can't
Operator.
Yeah, no, I know. It's like
Agent.
press one
Agent.
for blah blah blah. I'm like, speak to a representative. like that is literally me. Like I try so hard.
No.
And maybe I should work on that, but I feel like I have a list of self-improvements to make, and that's just really not falling towards the top right now.
That's at the bottom of my list.
So I can't make those improvements.
What's at the top of your self-improvement list?
I admittedly have been very much slipping into my dysmorphia, physical and appearance dysmorphia has been getting me a little bit lately. I don't know why that's becoming.
I was going to say, do you think there's a...
I don't know. I don't, but it's like
Because you're around me, so... I'm just kidding.
the confidence.
I'm fucking around.
I don't know, honestly. I just feel like maybe it's because I keep having to like actually go to events and things lately where I have to like
Put yourself together.
and I'm just like, ew, you know?
You're hard on yourself for
Like
sure.
and Thomas thinks I'm a crazy person because he's like, I don't understand what's happening.
You
and
are.
I'm like,
I think it's also like, too, in our profession and the things that we do, like in our day-to-day, we kind of don't get dressed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know.
We get dressed in like a set or whatever,
Yeah.
and that feels so comfortable to us. And then when we have to put on like jeans or a dress or makeup or whatever, it's a weird type of non-normal. So I can see where you're feeling that way.
Yeah, like I'm just, well, because like I also, like I wear fucking scrubs to work, you know? Like it's not like I even have to, whatever. I mean, it's not like I don't do my skincare and like things.
No, we know you do.
I don't put a full fucking face of makeup on to go to work, but like, you know, I do the minimums. But yeah, I don't know. So I've been slipping a little bit back into that territory. So I'm trying to like work on like not, you know, I've also been trying to work on, I have a bad habit of internalizing other people's stress and things to the point where like I've had to in the past be like, you need to not tell me about this because I don't know how to like not have an emotional response to this.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to now be a person who's like, because I'm a fixer. So I'm trying to, if like you came to me with something, like not something little, like a big thing.
Yeah. I'll tell you off air my big thing. I'm just
I'm just trying to be like, do you want advice? Do you want me just to listen? Or do you need me to like murder someone?
Yeah.
Like what direction are we taking this?
Yeah.
Because I always want to murder someone and like it's not good for my health.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
And that kind of makes me sound like I'm not a good listener, which isn't true, but I just like, when people are like stressed about things, I'm like, I want to provide like the solution.
Yes.
And sometimes that's like overstepping a little bit.
And sometimes too, like, you don't need a solution. That's actually, Darius and I, when we were in couples therapy, that was one of the things that we actually talked about was like, when someone's telling you something, they may just need a listening ear, or they may need a solution, or they may need to say, I need to bury this body. Can you help me?
Can you help me? Yeah.
And so that is a good thing that is a good like self-reflection of like, I need to ask the person, what do you need from me in this situation to help you, or do you just want me to listen because I'm here for you, you know?
Yeah, but until I like make that I need to like stop and make that distinction because a lot of times I like run with it, and I'm a lot better than I used to be.
Yeah.
Like 2 summers ago, I had me and all my girlfriends when we moved here, everyone's life was in fucking shambles, and it was like left and right. I was like absorbing everyone's problems. So like one night 2 people had a breakdown, and then that caused me to have a breakdown because I was just like, I can't.
You're holding on to it all thinking like I'm going to fix it all and I'm going to make this better for you. But realistically, like that's not your job. And that's not why people are friends with you or have you in their lives is like, that's not what's always needed. But I get it. Like if you think about what we do and what you do in both of your jobs is help people and support people and encourage people.
Which is crazy, isn't it? Because I fucking hate people.
And so now you've got all of this. Like sometimes I'm like in class, like you're a therapist too. You know, people come to you. And so like I think that'll be really helpful for you.
Yeah, I need a little, like a degree of separation.
And I think looking at yourself and just seeing how beautiful you are, like really, you need to do that more.
I know. It's a very uncomfortable space for me.
Like, well, stand in front of there, put your hands on your hips, and just be like, damn, you're good looking.
A little, what do they call that? Power poses or some shit?
Yeah, like Mel Robbins says, like, give yourself a high five in the morning. You're doing great.
Mel Robbins, I mean, yeah, I wish she'd just tone it down a little, you know?
You know,
people fucking love her.
Listen,
and they're like,
she's got those one clips that I'm like, I like that.
Yeah, she's got a couple one-liners.
I don't even think it's her. It's her groupies.
It's the delivery, too.
But it's also like her groupies are like, they hype her up, too.
Yeah, she's a little, sometimes I'm like, just tone it down a little, lady.
I'm like, bring it on a little more.
I'm like, you're like up here. You just came up on my TikTok, but this feels like a personalized attack, and like I don't need all this at fucking 6
It really does make you be like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, but so that's why I need to, you know, because also like my delivery isn't always great. Like I come off a little aggressive sometimes.
But those who know you know you.
Yeah, I know, but I think that sometimes in the moment, like when someone's fragile, like it's not helpful to hear like that person's a fucking idiot, like you don't need them or whatever. That's not a helpful tidbit of advice that I'm giving.
Yeah, I agree.
You know?
Yeah.
So like my delivery could
We all, when we speak, could take a moment to just be like,
yeah.
And then talk, but we don't do that.
No, especially
we're like,
I talk a million miles a fucking minute too. Like I've had 9 thoughts out of my mouth before they've even like
processed
made their way through my synapses in there. Yeah, it's not my best.
I think that's some good things to work on.
Yeah,
we'll check back in season 2.
Yeah,
to see where
so we should probably talk about that.
Should
guess,
we?
real quick? Well, that's just where...
Yeah, I'm kidding. Yeah, we should.
I was like, I feel like we should maybe mention it.
So this is our final episode of season 1.
Yeah.
Which I believe is 31 or 32 episodes. Which is insane.
Insane, I know.
Like, we've talked for like 37 hours or more.
If not more.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked
A lot. Yeah. But I'm very proud. Should we do Rose and Thorn for season 1?
The fuck is a rose and a thorn?
You've never heard of that? Like, Rose, like, what's
Peaks
your
and
favorite
lows?
thing? No, like, your favorite thing that happened this season.
Peaks and pits?
And then the thorn is like the, like, oof, like, that was not.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Okay, go.
Okay, the thorn...
I know this for sure.
Do you know what I'm going to say?
No.
Oh, really? I'm shocked.
I mean,
It's like you're not, like, you wish you could redo that moment again? Is that what it...
what's your thorn?
We very early on had some audio issues.
Oh.
That
Yes.
we didn't mention to anybody.
No.
But people knew.
Oh, yeah.
And we were very like, should we talk about this or should we not? And I was like, I think we just don't say anything and nobody will notice it. And then several people were like, that episode was unbearable to listen to.
We
And I was
also,
like,
though, we need to bring some of our early guests back on.
Yeah.
Because that was like, that is a good thorn.
our audio and video quality wasn't popping in the beginning. But we didn't know what we were doing.
No, and I don't think we had to. I think we still don't know what we're doing at times.
No, we don't. Absolutely. I don't know who lets us. If we get one more comment on a platform that's like, make podcast equipment more expensive. Have you seen?
No.
We got another one of those. Or make podcast equipment. People want us to shut the fuck up is basically
you
what
can
they're
shut
saying.
the fuck up, okay, people?
I'm like, I don't know. Have a redeeming quality.
Yeah.
To be able to use the internet. Let's start there.
My thorn would be, and this is mostly on me, but like the forgetfulness of like, fuck, I didn't do that. Fuck, we didn't post, or like, fuck, whatever. And I think that just comes down to our organization.
Yeah.
But I think that would be like a huge thorn on me because I'd be like, fucking hey. And I just like sit there and be like, damn it.
There was only like one or two that were big where I was like, hey, Jordan, the episode didn't go up. And she's like, oh, right.
One time, though, it was scheduled to go up, but it was the, like, season, I think I did, like, season 1, episode 26, but there already was an episode 26.
Or
so then it
something
didn't, and I was
yeah.
like, the fuck?
The only reason I even like caught on to it so early in the day was because Layla would text me and be like, I'm waiting for the episode.
I was going to say, was it Nicole? Because Nicole also was like, it hasn't been up. And I'm like, oh, thank you.
We're like, yeah,
Okay, what's your
we're
rose?
working on it. I would say probably our event and like how many people we got to like come to our event and like collab with us, and like that wouldn't have been possible without us doing all this. So
Totally. Okay, that's a good rose. I think mine would be how expansive we got in the Chicago market of our guests and everything.
Yeah.
Just really reaching out to like new people and not being like fearful that they would say no. Like I was like, everybody was just
I fucking ask everybody and anybody.
But everybody was like, yeah, I'm in. Like, and so excited. And
we've had people not respond to us after they've said yes.
Yeah.
But we haven't had anybody be like, no, thanks, I'm not interested.
Totally.
Everybody always says yes, and then it just sometimes they don't follow up, which is just like fucking rude. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. But
no, we're not.
But yeah, we've had a good run with guests too, and a lot of range, I would say.
100%. So season 1, final episode right now. Season 2 will come back July. So we'll have June off. That's pretty much my fault because I am getting married and going on a honeymoon.
She was like, we could try and Zoom. And I was like, well, you're in Greece? I don't know. Like, it sounds like not a good time for me
trying to make everything happen.
Yeah.
So month off, we will still be sharing old episodes, clips, fun things, still be engaging through the platform and getting ready for season 2. So this is really an opportunity for you to tell us, are there topics you want to hear? I think we already have a few that people kind of already wrote in. People you want to see, things you want to do. We're going to figure out also having people from different cities and expand a little bit further out of Chicago.
We're going to up our tech game here at some point.
No, very soon.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But if you see us behind this on the same fucking couch to start season 2 off,
we will be.
We might change the scenery a little. But yeah.
Well,
we've done a lot. It's been a
journey.
Heck of a couple months.
Truly.
Yeah.
Like October to May is however many months. 5. 30 episodes, 5 months, X amount of guests, 2 people sitting on a couch, and we're bringing it back for season 2 in July.
Yeah. With a bunch of upgrades. And a bunch of cool people.
Up-leveled. Upgraded.
Leveled up.
Whatever.
You know what's not following us into season 2? Any songs written by Jordan. No jingles from Jordan Hanna.
Everything's fine. I like that one because I've done it before. It's still going to come.
In season 2, but...
Taylor cannot knock this out of me.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, with that...
Yeah. Thanks for listening to season 1.
We'll see you in season 2.
We'll see you in season 2.
And we'll leave you with...
We'll still be fine in season 2.
Hell yeah. Bye.